Hi everyone, this is Hannah and Cailin back again with Double Talk. I'm Hannah. And I'm Cailin.
Based on the popular stage show of the same name, Dear Evan Hansen is a coming-of-age film about a high school student who struggles to connect with his peers in a hyper-connected world. Featuring an ensemble cast including Ben Platt, Caitlin Dever, Amy Adams, Julianne Moore, and newcomer Liz Kate, the film tackles issues ranging from social anxiety to depression to isolation. Listen in as we talk to Liz, who plays Gemma, about how the film compares to the beloved stage show, what she learned from her co-stars, and how the topics explored in the film are more timely than ever.
I'm so curious, whenever a stage show is made into a film, would you say that the film is basically the same story that we all know and love on stage, only on screen, or are there any big differences between the stage show and the movie?
I think that the writers and just everybody in production did an amazing job of respecting and honoring the original story. I think that the film adds so many elements that aren't seen in the stage show. So I think that they're all very positive things. I mean, like we know, we have a new song, the Anonymous Ones, and that adds just so much depth into the message that you are not alone. So I think it's very honored in the sense that both are amazing in and of itself. I just think that the film adds so much more character and looks a lot more into the community aspect of what it looks like to deal with mental illness and different topics.
For fans who had already fallen in love with the story through the stage show, what do you think will resonate most with them when they go and watch it on the big screen?
Everybody was crying. I mean, even every single time I've seen it.
Were you?
Crying throughout the entire thing. Oh yes, are you kidding? I saw it for the third time last night and I was still sobbing throughout the entire thing. So it doesn't change. You'll always be impacted in it. And I think the more you see it too, you notice different aspects. Like last night particularly, and when I went to the LA premiere, I personally resonated so much more with the son-mother dynamic between Julianne Moore and Ben Platt. The song "You Will Be Found." I think that people resonate differently with the song depending on what they've been through in life, but I think that the "You Will Be Found" moments are just the pivotal moments of like everything just building up, and it's just there's a moment. I'm not gonna spoil it at all, but it's out now, so go see it. But just like there's just like this little montage moment, and all of the videos in this montage are from real fans and from like real people. So I think that is something that is really special.
And as you mentioned, I think the reason why this show is so loved and so popular is because of how many people can relate to those feelings of social anxiety and other issues like that. Why do you think now, of all times, is a great time for new people and new fans of the show to hear the story?
Stepping out of a season where all of us felt alone. I mean, all of us were isolated by our thoughts and not around that community that we were talking about earlier. Mm-hmm. And so I think it's very important that people, especially now stepping out of that season, know that like all of the feelings, because during the pandemic, so many mental health illnesses and issues were risen to the top. Mm-hmm. Because we really got to self-reflect. So I think, overall, stepping out of that season, we need to hear this message because we need to all know that what we're going through is not only what we're going through, it's what everybody is going through. And I promise you that there is always another person around you that is feeling the same exact way that you are. You just need to speak up and tell somebody. And that's where healing starts.
This is your first huge movie role, and I've heard a lot of actors talk about how they'll go in for a huge role in a huge film like this, and they just think that maybe it's just automatically going to go to somebody who's been around the block before, like a named actor. But it's really cool to see talented people like you get a big break with a role like this. And I wanted to ask you, what would you say to a fellow actor who is going into the room for a part like this and just wants to stand out and come out on top when there's obviously a lot of competition for any role, but especially for something like this? How do you stand out?
I was actually talking to Amanda, I guess 2 days ago now at the LA premiere. We were just talking about advice and the industry, and she said that something that she has realized is that if a part does not come to you, and if you do not book something, it's not based on your talent. It's based on, are you meant to be in this project or not? And I think it's really, really important to remember that if you do, because this is how the industry looks, you'll do about 99% auditions and you'll have about 1% booking. So it's so fun. You have to really live to learn how to deal with rejection and what that looks like and how to process that in a healthy way. And I think it's really important to remember that all you can do is put your best foot forward, and that is the only thing that you can do. And it doesn't shy away from your talent in a project. It's just, are you meant to be in this project? Is this where you're supposed to be? And if it's not this one, it'll be 7 auditions later, or 2 auditions later, or the next audition, And so I think stepping into this industry is really, really tough. It teaches you a lot about yourself, and it's really easy to lose yourself. But I think that's just putting your best foot forward and remembering that the only person you can be is yourself is really important to remember.
I think that's a great message for everyone, not just actors, too. I remember one time Emma Stone said in an interview, if you don't get a role, it was never yours. And if you do, then it was yours. Yeah. We have to ask you about what it was like working with Ben Platt and Cailin in the cast.
Oh my goodness. Well, I get to call them my friends now. They were such a dream to work with. On set, we all sang live. I don't know if the audience knows that, but all of us sang live on set. Everybody would just be completely silent. And so there was one moment where Ben was singing Only Us. And we were just like all sitting there in this like school, and he's just like belting out this song. And I'm like, wow, like this is insane. Like, you are so ridiculously talented. But no, I think that, Cailin as well, she's such a down-to-earth human being, and the emotion that she can capture in a single shot is just so beautiful. And I've learned so much from both of them.